set up and do hot sheets. Which hot sheets are, for you guys know this, when you first wake up in the morning, it kind of gives you the market changes, the house updates in your farm area. So you can see the changes, and hopefully if you know your buyers and you know what clients you're looking for, you can quickly pick up items and hopefully get those back out to your clients and be, an amazing realtor. So I'm going to kind of show you a different approach to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up in Flex, how to set up a dashboard of all hot sheets. So that way, when you do these, you can just wake up in the morning and see all your farm areas all at one place. So let's go to, you go to Customize on the right-hand side, and you click that, and you go down to Dashboards. I'm going to hit Add. And so we're going to actually create a new dashboard, and we're going to call it Hot Sheets. Pretty simple, and hit Create Dashboard. What that does now is you have a dashboard called Hot Sheets, and we're going to put all kinds of different hot sheets in there. So if you go down to the Daily tab, and you click Hot Sheets, we're going to add a Hot Sheets gadget. We did one. Great. I'm going to add another. Let's say you have 2 farm areas. Let's say you want to do 3 different cities. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 or 4 in here. I'm just clicking Add, and it tells you it's been added. You don't see much changes yet. I'm going to show you in a minute. So I added like 4 or 5 there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to your main Flex, and on your menu over here where it says Home, let me make it where I can actually see it here. If you hit Home, you have now a Hot Sheets dashboard. If you click that, you have multiple different hot sheets in here. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make it where we can actually see this thing. So I'm going to go to Customize and go over here to Change Layout. So these are your 8, 9 different layouts here. I like the 3 across the top. I want more room. So now we can drag these. I'll show you. We'll go through it one more time because I want to do it slow for you. So once you log, are you in Flex? Let's do it together. You go to Flex. Have you created a dashboard yet? Okay. Did you add the hot sheets to it? So you went down to down here to Add Gadgets, and then you go down to Daily. Okay. So we're gonna do it slower. No, you're good. Main page, you there? Yes. You got to customize, and then you go down to, yep. You did. You already added. Let's go over here. Do you see this little blue button up here? Do you have hot sheets on there? So click hot sheets. So it's empty, right? So now we're going to go to customize, and now you're going to go down here to add gadgets. So we're going to add individual gadgets to this thing. You could have done that too. I didn't know that was there. Yeah. So you can go to Daily now. Do you see the Daily tab on the left-hand side? Yep, Daily. You go to Daily, and then you go to under Hot Sheets, hit add another add gadget, whatever it says there, and just wait, and you got another one. So you should be able to click that button again once it adds it. So now you can add a couple to that. So when you go, I'm gonna go back to your dashboard. So now you have your dashboard with all your hot sheets in it. And I'm going to do it again. If you want to customize the layout to any of your dashboards, you get Custom, and you go over here to Change Layout. It'll pull up your options, and you can make it look any way you want. That's the best thing about Flex is it's totally customizable to what you want. So now you should have a couple different hot sheets in here, and they're all the same. It's all the default hot sheet. So now we're going to go through and we're going to customize each of these hot sheets to what you want to your farm areas. So you should see on the top of these little gadgets, you should see these 3 little dots, and you click them. And then you have a couple options here. What I recommend is going down here to Settings. So you click the 3 dots and you click Settings. Now you have some customizable options here. So let's do one just for Lexington, for example. So if you scroll down and you choose your city, you can click on it and type in L, and it'll take you to the L's. And let's go down to Lexington. And you can define even more by area if you want to. So if you want to click off, you can click off that, and it unhighlights it. And then choose your area if you want to. Most people probably does by areas. So there's 01 through 04. Let's just do Fayette County. And you can do by subdivision if you want to. You can do by zip code if you want to. You can do by property type if you want to. I'm going to do residential. And then I'm going to save. So now that hot sheet even tells you at the top what area it is, gives you a 24-hour feed of what is changes in that area. So that you just created your first hot sheet. And so every morning you can wake up, go to your hot sheet dashboard and see what the market changes are. So let's go customize another one. Go to hot sheets, hit setting, go to 3 little dots, hit settings. I'm gonna pull my phone up in case anybody's got questions too. Remax closed. Maybe. Am I live? Oh, there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that because if you check Winchester, that just gives the city of Winchester. And so you'll want to do I would probably choose by your area, which is your actual number, your 001, 002, whatever that is. So if I did want to do Winchester, what is Winchester's number? So we're going to do just Clark County. And you can do by subdivision if you want to. I'm going to leave it as is, do residential. Yes, you have 4 or 5 changes there for the 24-hour time frame. So you can see how you can continue to make it like as many hot sheets you want. I would suggest create one for your farm area. I would create one for your the city or state or city or the area you're really focusing on. So literally when you wake in the morning, get your coffee, take 10 minutes here and go through and look and see what the changes were. Oh yeah, yeah. So we can even go through as simple as going through here and do a custom hot sheet here, and it gives you a little bit more options. So I'm gonna go back and do it one more time just to show you. Instead of doing the settings button here, I have 3 buttons at settings. You can go custom hot sheet here, and this gives you all of your detailed information. So you can do property type, price range is the new option you can do in the custom hot sheet. What's even cooler is, let's say you do a save search in Flex. You can do a hot sheet just for your save search. So let's say I went in and saved 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in Lexington. I saved it, right? And I'm going to show you, let's go and do that because it makes it easier. Let's go to Flex. I'm going to the search bar up top, 3 bed, 2 bath. Let's just do Lexington, just an example. And I'm going to search. So now I'm searching for all the 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in Lexington. And let's say I want to make a hot sheet for this. So then you go to save, and I'm going to save the search, and I'm going to call it hot sheet Lexington 2 bed. What did I say? 3 bed, 2 bath. And I'm going to hit save. So now I've got a save search, and I want to do a hot sheet for that. So I'm going to go over to my hot sheet dashboard, click my 3 little dots, custom hot sheet, and now down here, hopefully, did I miss it? Oh, there it is. There's my 3 bedroom, 2 bath at Lexington. I think I'd call it hot sheet. Yeah, there it is. Hot sheet, 3 bedroom, 2 bath Lexington. And you can even choose your time period you want this thing to start and end. I'm gonna go to the bottom now, hit run saved hot sheet. And this gives you their custom hot sheet with all the changes that's happened in that 24-hour time period. Yeah, so yeah, great idea. So if you have a listing in a certain neighborhood, I would probably run a hot sheet for that neighborhood and see what the changes are, and that way you see how you can change your marketing to adapt to those people. That, let's say a house just sold, you're like, well, crap, Then you want to change your marketing and find out what they did, or figure out how you could change your way to get more attention to your house. So you can use hot sheets in a multitude of different ways. All right, so if you missed anything, guys, just go back and watch this video, slow it down, hit pause if you have questions, and that way you can kind of go through it all. So by the end of this, you should be able to create a dashboard, guys. It's that blue button up here, hot sheets, and there's my 4 or 5 hot sheets that I want to focus on for my area. And what's great is every agent can have different dashboards, different hot sheets here. So that way you can focus directly on what you're really focused on. Yeah, so if you, right here, if I go to hot sheets, over here is your home. So when you first log in, you're gonna probably have a home dashboard. That's your default. If you ever wanna change over here, you can go to just click that blue button up here and go down to hot sheets. You can, I can't remember what it was though. Oh, here it is. So I choose my dashboard I want. Yeah, I choose let's say I want this to come up the first thing. I would go to customize then and make default. And then that would be always the first thing that comes up. All right, that's pretty much hot sheets in a nutshell. I mean, it gives you quick overviews of hot sheets. I have had some questions on CMAs. So we're gonna go from beginning to end and do a CMA of a property. What I like to do on properties is honestly, I like to do map searches first. To me, it's just the easiest way to get a radius. And that's typically what CMAs are run from, as a radius search. So what do you guys do? A mile, I don't know, mile and a half, 2 miles, something like that from a property. So let's go over and just go back to my main flex, click off that. And I'm going to do flex MLS maps. So I'm just doing a map search. If this is not here, this flex MLS map button, you can go to menu and type maps if you want to and go that way. And there's a click flex MLS maps. If you hit the star, it'll put that in the main menu up here. So I'm going to go to flex MLS and maps. And I'm going to pick a property. So I always do my house because I know that address. So we're going to do 520 Harlan Drive, Nicholasville, Kentucky, 40306. I put in my information on my property here, right? And I hit locate. It actually puts the pin directly where your property is. And if it's a little off, it is a computer. It could make mistakes. Just make sure you can actually take this pin and move it if you want to, anywhere you want. I know that's my house though. So I'm going to say for this CMA, I'm going to use this location. I click use this location. And now I've got an option here. So I can do, let's go back here. Actually, it didn't do it this time. Let's do it a different way. Just delete all that. Let's go quick search. I'm gonna make sure this does it right before I can tell you. So let's start over. Let's do quick search. You hit quick search. Now on the right hand, this is how you do it. On the right hand side, you got a map. I'm not sure why it doesn't go the other way. So now you pull your map up, down the bottom right, there's a little push pin. Tell you what, Michelle, let's do this together. Does that make sense? I want to make sure somebody can do this thing while I do it. So, oh, you're all right. So do me a favor and go to quick search. Hit quick search. And once you're in quick search, hit the little map button. And now on the bottom right, you'll see this little push pin. So click the push pin, address information comes up. So my address, and we'll do it together, is 520 Harlan, Harlan Drive. And then you put your city as Nicholasville, state Kentucky, and the zip code is 40356. Now this is the property you actually want to do the CMA on, and you hit locate. So we want to use this location. So you click the link, use this location. And now here's the option we get. We actually want to do a radius search here. So you actually click radius search. And if you're in a rural area, like a out in the middle of nowhere area, you may want to increase this to a couple miles, just depending on what you know what the property is. I'm going to do 1 mile for now. And we're going to hit 1 mile. It's already in there. And I'm going to create radius. What that did, I'm going to hit this little zoom out button. See this little bar on the left-hand side here? I'm going to hit the minus key, and I'm going to zoom out so I can actually see my little circle. So now it is actually going to do all the properties in that circle. So then we're going to go on the left-hand side. We want more than just active here, right? We want pending and we want sold. So we're going to go status. So I choose status. And I know on a PC, I can't remember what it is on Mac. On a PC, I think I hold down Shift. Okay, so Shift works on Mac too. And I highlight active, pending, and closed. Now you can continue on from there, but you can even go down at the bottom here underneath that, and you can choose their date range of those pendings, actives, and closed. So it looks like this doing a year. Is that 1/24/18 went to, oh, that's forever. So all the pendings, and then sold date, it looks like it's doing 6 months. And is that normal for, okay. So we're going to continue with that 6 months and then all your pendings. So now we got the information we need, right? And now what I would even suggest doing is if you know what the house property is, so I know my house is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, right? So if I was doing it, I may, and does that make sense? I would do the same bedrooms and bathrooms. What do you guys think? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go down. I know what my property is. So I'm going to zoom down to bedrooms. I'm going to click bedrooms. And I'm going to put, it's at least, I know I've got a 4-bedroom. And my baths, I'm going to put 2. So now it's going to give my 4+ and 2+, just to give us a kind of a range of what we're looking for. Now, would you use square footage when you're doing this or not? Probably. Okay, so we're going to go and continue with the search here. What I would do, it actually shows me there's 19 properties in my search criteria right now. So I'm going to go to list, and I'm going to kind of look through it to see if it makes sense for what it is. So these are all the properties within a mile of my home or the CMA home. And there are some big ones in here that don't make sense for the CMA. So you can do this a couple different ways. I'm looking at it, I may probably just go through here and click the ones I want to compare it to, the ones that make sense to me. So you can actually go on the left-hand side and you can click. So this is a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,400 square feet. It's a lot bigger of a home than mine, a little bit, probably 400 square feet. But I think it worked for a CMA. And this one's 214. This is really close to mine. So I'm going to choose a couple different. This is where you as a realtor comes in. You know this. You know how to do this. You know exactly what it feels like and what properties really would fit the matching criteria. So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to choose 4 or 5 just to show an example. All right, so I've got like 6 properties now I've clicked. And I know the CMA I want to do it for. It's as simple as now at the top, you'll see share, save, email, print. Then you'll see CMA. If you click CMA, we're going to start the process of a CMA now. So we can use all results, which we don't want to do that because we know all those results didn't match my CMA, or we can use the selected ones. And me and Vanessa were talking the other day, and we found there is a 1-line CMA here. I'm going to see if I can open it in a different tab to see if I can show you what it looks like. This is the 1-line CMA. I'm going to see if it worked. It may or may not. I don't know if it's going to work right clicking into it because that takes me to a different place I want. No. So I'm going to go over in this one. Let's do the first one first. Let's do a regular CMA first, and then we'll go back and do the 1-line. So I'm going to use selected here. So click use selected. All right, now we have 3 options. A full CMA is typically what you guys are used to. It shows your property compared to all the other properties, right? A quick CMA is if you do not have a property, a subject property. You don't have a property to compare it to, but you can still do a CMA for a neighborhood. This has 3 up and it has comparison of all the properties all together. So I'm guessing in Rapatoni it probably has something called, is that 3 up? That's probably what this quick CMA is. Or you have a statistical CMA, which just stats, right? If you're a numbers person, there you go. We're going to do a full CMA. So you keep it clicked full CMA and you go next step. All right, so now we're going to do a complete, this is basically telling you what the address, so all you really fill out here, guys, is make sure your name is selected here. I'm going to do by Jeremy Collins, Rematch Creative Realty. Your name should be on one of these here, this little by. You just click it. If you want to give this CMA tomorrow or whatever, you can change the date of the actual report here too. As square footage, I like to, yeah, square footage. So then go to cover page. You could choose, you can in here put, My Amazing CMA by Jeremy Collins. You can put whatever you want here as a title. And I'm going to go next step. Don't put anything else in, just next step. And this is where you choose your subject property, right? So this is where people get confused. I've already been through so many phone calls like this. So let me show you how easy this is. We need to know the actual MLS number of your subject property, okay? There is a quick way of finding that. If you click at the top in the search bar and you type in the address, right here is the number. Do not click it. That's the number. 1600477. Okay? All you have to do is go down here to auto-populate fields from existing listing, 1600477. And you hit auto-populate listings. 600477. I think that is right. You put the number in the MLS and hit submit. It will auto-populate all your information from your house. So all I did there was type the address up here, choose the listing. If there is multiple of that address, you choose the top one. That's the most recent, right? And then I went to auto-populate fields from existing listing, put the MLS number in, and it auto-populates all the information. If you know this house in the past, let's say in the 6 months, they add an addition onto the house. Let's say you know they added a bedroom on the back. You could go right here and go to bedrooms and change that to 5 if you want to. You can make corrections to this listing. I'm not going to make any changes. I definitely have not done any improvements on my home like that. And I'm going to go to next step. Here's the comps I chose. So if you're looking at this thing again, you're like, okay, wait a minute. This 265, it's not really relevant. It's $70-some thousand more than what my house is worth. So I'm going to actually, I've decided I don't really want that in there. So I'm going to click this little button over here and I'm going to unselect it. So now I've only got 5 properties I'm going to compare it to. And you can move these around any way you want. Let's say you want to order them a different way. You can delete it from the list. You can tell a different location for this property, or you can move this up and down this list. So if you want to organize it by price, you can do that. You can go through here and it looks like it already is organized by price, almost. And so you can organize this list any way you want, just by checking the blue button and dragging it. So I'm going to keep this as is. I like what this looks like. And let's say you missed something. You want to add something. You can go here to add comparables button and you can add more properties into this list. I'm going to keep on going from now. Next step. This is pretty much the final. So this is adjustments. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. I think that's probably my key here, right? It's a key word for me anyway. So adjustments are, if you feel like you're really good at knowing how much price per square foot these air homes is, you could go in there and make some changes. You can up and down this price, $97 per square foot or whatever you want. You can make these changes in here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to not make any changes. And there are videos, if you go to help up here, And user guys, there is a video directly on this adjustment page. So go in and watch it before you make any adjustments. I'm gonna go to our next step. And this is the total summary of my CMA. That's kind of the stats stuff you'll get if you run that stats report. I'm gonna go next step at the bottom right. And here's where you can make your suggestions. That's the best way I've said it. So as a realtor, you could say your low figure in here would be 175,000. Your high 198. You recommend it to be 189. You can make your recommendation here. They will see this on the report of what your recommendations are, right? You can change that. You can do a calculate. It automatically calculates high and low price using the comparables, but you can calculate using a percentage above and below too. So you can do the recommends 189 and do a percentage 2% high, 2% low if you want to. I'm gonna keep it as is, and I'm hit next step. This is the last step in the CMA, guys, is you choose what is on the CMA. Like some people, they don't want the stats on there. They turn it off. By a click of a button, you can turn it off. If you don't want the search parameters, you could turn that off. If you don't want the subject property description, you can turn that off. There's all kinds of stuff you can turn off and on here. You've got to figure out what your preference is. So what I suggest is go through here and turn things on and off and hit view. And once you do that, it will give you a preview of what your CMA is really going to look like. So I'm going to just go through it real quick. If you want to off, you can turn the map off. It gives you a complete, as my subject, these are the comparable properties. By this CMA, I need to sell my house, by the way. I'm going to go back. And you can take all this information. You could, let's say you get it to where you like what you, this is the CMA you want to send to your client. All you have to do now is you can save it or you can email it. So if I email it, it gives you from me, you put in your contact name. You can add a new contact directly here if they're not in our system yet. I'm going to send it to my brother. He loves me. And I'm going to send a copy to me and notify me the recipient views this page. I kind of like that for these. I want to know that that person actually viewed the CMA that I sent. So I'm going to send a copy to myself, and I'm going to notify myself when they open it. I'm going to leave the default. I'm going to use the CMA. What if you hit my email application, it gives you like a PDF that you would email via Google or whatever you use for your email program. I'm going to let Flex do the work. I'm going to use Flex. And then you can put your basically an email body. So you can put in here, hey, worked real hard on this CMA for you. I hope it works out for you. Let me know if you have any questions, blah, 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 blah. All right. Put all that information in. It includes your signature on the email that goes out, and you hit send pages. You just sent your first CMA. It may seem like a lot of steps, guys, but after you do 2 or 3 of these things, you'll get really comfortable with it. Yeah, so yep, I can go back to the CMA. I'm going to go to email. Yep, and let's say John said if you want to basically send this to yourself, or I'll tell you what, even better than that, what I would do if you want to add stuff to it, I would download it here. So at the bottom it says download PDF. I'm going to hit download. So if you, like John said, if you want to download this thing as a PDF, which I'm doing now, I'm going to call this CMA 24, it gives the date. I'll put it on my desktop. Then you could also include the, what's it called, the seller's disclosure and any other documents. You could include it on one email you send out, put the PDF in there, the seller's disclosure, the documents, everything in one, and send it to the client that way via your own email program. So there are several ways of doing it. Let's say you want to save this CMA. I'm going to hit save. You name it. You can call it Collins CMA and hit save. And here's all the CMAs you saved, right? And you can even get there. If you forget how to get there, you can go to menu and type in CMA and hit CMA here. and it also pulls up this Save CMA page. So you can go to your CMAs anytime you want. Let's say somebody has a correction they want to make to it, or you can click on that and you hit Edit. And then you can edit your CMA all over again if you want to. That's pretty much the basics of that. I want to go ahead and show you, if I can, I'm going to go back. Let's do CMA. I want to show you that one-page CMA, I think, if I can. Edit. I'm going to go all the way back down to CMA type. Okay, so, oh, no, I can't do that. It's back in the other menu, isn't it? Let's go to my comps. I think I have to start over on this one. So let me do it real quick, and I'll show you what the other CMAs look like. Let's do quick search, leave, map. You can't add it to different type. Yeah, once you do a full CMA, like I could change it from a full CMA to a quick CMA to a statistical CMA, but I can't do the one page the way Rapatoni had it. So I'm just going to quickly pull up a couple real quick. 520. I can type 520 Harlan Drive, locate, use this location, 1 mile radius search. And then I'm going to go to list. Oh, sorry, I'm going to do status, active, pending, closed. I think I went down and did bedroom, bathrooms. Let's do 4 bed, 3 bath, or just do 2 baths. And then I'm going to hit list. And then I'm going to pick a couple here just as an example. And then we're in the same place we were before. You get CMA. And I'm going to do a one-line CMA, see if we can show you what it looks like. This is your one-line CMA. So it gives you your the properties that you're comparing to your subject property. Bedrooms, bathrooms, information. I think Rapatoni, I can't remember what they called this. I went back and looked, I couldn't find it. But somebody, oh, there you go. That makes sense. And so a realtor was asking for about this, so that's how you do it. If you want that one-line CMA, you don't want the pictures, you don't want that stuff in there, you just go in there, you run your CMA, hit CMA, and you can download your quick one-line CMA. Yep. Okay. So let me say it again, see if I say it right, because they're online. So if you go to rematchcreative.com and you go to the file hub, under what folder? Under the RCR resources and forms folder, you will see it's called CMA market adjustments, and you click on that, it will give you the criteria that you'll need to follow if you're making those adjustments inside it, right? Am I saying that wrong? Oh. Common sense, that's interesting. It tells you what you can do with that. Okay, I got you. So pull that if you're really wanting to make adjustments, guys, in that. So I'm going to pull this up and show you what to do. I'm going to go to Collins CMA. I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to go to adjustments. If you want to make some adjustments in here, do me a favor and go into your file hub first, download that document, and look it over before you make adjustments. That seem pretty good? All right. So I'm going to quickly go back to CMA type here on this one. And I'm going to show you a quick CMA, what it looks like. I'm going to show you how quick this is. I click quick CMA. I hit next. It jumps me to the last thing to finish, and then you're done. So this is what a quick CMA looks like. It looks like it's 4 up, but it shows you all the properties at a glance. on, looks like 2 pages, maybe 3 pages possibly. And that's a quick CMA. Last but not least, I'm going to show you CMA, a statistical CMA. Hit next. And you choose statistical CMA, include total row at bottom. Just go ahead and let you see what it looks like. It's really pretty. And that's it. Shows your active, your closed, and your overall, your list volume for those, and your sale prices and all that stuff. Let's go back. When I did the search. Let's see if I can do. I think there is a way. I know. So in quick CM, I don't know where it was. Up here, CMA. There's a cloud CMA. So if you're using cloud CMA product, I think right now it's a free product from Elbar. If you're using that cloud CMA product, you can click that, and it takes all your selected properties you've done, and it sends it to cloud CMA, where you can actually do the CMA in cloud. So I know there are some realtors that are using cloud CMA. So if you still want to use Flex to pull your data from, then you can use that. Click cloud CMA. I don't have any selected properties, but then it'll send you over to the cloud CMA product where you can do the rest of it. So in cloud CMA, you have a lot more options that you can customize the pages more. Oh my goodness. So Cloud CMA gives you, it's basically a third-party app, guys, that gives you a lot more features to it, where it's like a presentation, really, where you can actually put your information, what you do for the listing, what you do. So if you're using these CMAs to try to get a client, to get a listing or something like that, you can actually do it as a full presentation in CMA, Cloud CMA. Play with it, see what you think about it. If you have questions, ask John. That's a great answer. I'm going to start giving that answer for everything. Okay. That really is the basics, guys, to a CMA. The only way to really do this, guys, though, you can watch my videos all day long. The only way to really do this is to do it yourself. Log into Flex, walk through it. If you have to, pull this video up and watch it side by side until you get it right. If you have any questions, feel free to just book a meeting with me. Vanessa will be glad to help you. John, he'll help you. We'll help you through this process. But I think the biggest issue is, don't get frustrated because it's a new system. This system is a powerful system, and I love it. And I think I saw that like 900 realtors or something like that are already choosing Flex with Elbar. So it's a process of moving forward. And, I think it's the future anyway. So do it, try it. I'm going to challenge you guys by the time next week, go through there and do a CMA. Do it on your own house if you have to. But do a CMA and try it out to see if you have any questions. If you have questions, come back next Thursday, which I think I remember. Let me see what the class is on next Thursday. Come back next Thursday. You can ask the question about the CMA, and we'll be sure to answer it. Can you go on the Facebook page and find out what class I'm teaching next Thursday? I can't remember. I'm sure it's important though. With an agent, and they've got like 10 people using the portals, and you can actually tell what they're looking at. You can tell what they're using, and it really gives you a cool tool to communicate with your client. So we're going to go through that next week. Beyond that, guys, if you have any questions, so available in Flex. If you're home at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're up like me sometimes, you can go to help. I'm going to show you go to help. Go to video tutorials. And I like, here's some here. Here's one on Hotsheets, a 3-minute, 20-second one on Hotsheets. You can go to webinar library, though, and see tons of these. I love the ones that have coffee break because it really gives them details on how to do this stuff. If you have any questions, you can feel free to go there at any point in time and watch those videos to learn more. All right. Thanks so much, guys. We are out.